So here we go. You can see me. I'm going to take this rope and we're going to take his head. Just give me a second here so we'll get a better idea. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, if you look at this, right here, see, now you can actually see that he has a head. And so I think that is, whoops, very important. And then we're going to take this rope, right, and we might like zigzag it around here and then wrap it 2 or 3 times around his waist, okay, to make it look like he's tied into this thing. But you definitely got to give his head some definition. And then we're going to take some blood and literally just pour it right on his head. And we've got this stuff over here. Now, you know, this is really hard to do. And I poured it here into this container right here. Now, you know, this is basically impossible to do by yourself, but I'm just gonna pour a little bit of that in there. And I'm not really gonna be able to do this very good because I don't have a glove. But let's give him some blood. And we're gonna take this green paint. Because, you know, he is diseased, dead and diseased. And so we're going to have to go through this. And by the way, you could take this and you can tap it on or dry brush it onto the rope, because we want to see that the rope. See, there you go. Now, we can also take this. That one's empty. We can take this one. Let's see what's in here. Okay, this one's not working. I think this one was our black one right here. And you're just gonna spray. And I don't want to make it too dirty and make it look completely fake. All right. Now let me see what I can do here. So hold on. All right. So I'm gonna take these scissors right here. Hold on, I gotta turn the camera up. Now, you know, this is just a one take deal. So cut me some slack. All right. So I'm gonna take these scissors right here and I'm just gonna chop into the edge of this and get rid of some of this excess, because what I really want to see is these feet, obviously. So we got the feet out, and we're just gonna chop into this fabric like so. Probably you can't see really good. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Let's dirty up the edge here. Now, one of the things that we have, I'm gonna go get it, 1 second. We have some good old-fashioned shellac. And it don't matter, I'm gonna take the same brush. Now it's like, it's green shellac. Just paint a little bit on the edges. So you know where this thing ends, you know, the edges. And we could just dribble some all over the place. Take a look. Now, please cut me some slack for the bad camera work. Now here, let's take a look. This is what they did look like. Literally 1 minute ago. And I did all of this essentially with one hand. Okay? Now, do you see the ends? I chopped them up. And then I highlighted the edges, the ends of the feet. So you see the feet, and you can see very nicely painted. Now, I'm gonna take this rope and, you know, and then we'll take it right here and we'll wrap it around the waist multiple times. So we could take this shellac again and just paint over some of this rope. And you might have noticed we kind of splashed a little bit on here and there. Okay, now, if I could actually do this with a rope, okay, this would look so much better if I tied this up. You want to see me tie this up? Of course you want to see me tie this up. I don't want to get I'm wearing really good clothes here, but let's try it. I know, the camera sucks. But there is no editing. I'm just gonna upload this right to YouTube. So let's see what happens. All right, let me try to put the rope on, because you're getting all anxious and upset with me. So this is actually a big rope, and I'm getting blood all over me. This is a really big rope, and it's way too thick. So all I'm doing is just unwinding it. Oh, I cut the wrong spot. Golly, I'm getting so dirty. So here's our rope now. Take it, put it underneath, put it really tight. Let's tie that on there. Now, let's take a look, and you'll get a better idea. Hold on. Now it actually is starting to look like a dead body. See, the rope gives you the waist. Now, by the way, I did this in like a couple minutes. And you don't want to go crazy with the blood. I think it looks pretty good. This is how they came, and this is how it looks. So, what we're going to do with these is we're going to make piles and piles and piles of them. So let's just take him off, him or her, and drag it out and put it over there. And there you go. That was done with one hand, by the way. So now, after all that terrible camera work there, let's go into the haunted house. Oh, but one other thing. I better wash my hands. My hands are rather sticky. And then let's just talk about a couple other things before we go. And man, my hands are so sticky, let me tell you. Both of them. Trying to hold a camera and do that, it's really not the best idea. And by the way, all that was watered down black paint in a water bottle, a little bit of blood, a little bit of green, and and you know, spray away. And what you can do as well is we can take this black spray bottle again, and we can just kind of spray it from up here. But you know, we can't really spray because it's empty. Totally empty. But there you go. So what I was trying to say a few minutes ago with my dead body right here is we're not gonna be doing another vlog because we have to the construction that we're gonna be doing is done. All of the stuff that we ordered from Ghost Ride came in, and so we're gonna have to distress all of these bodies. There's about 20 of them. And it shouldn't take more than, you know, 2 or 3 hours. All the animations that we ordered from Poison Props has been shipped. The stuff from Unit 70 is in production, and then the stuff to build the other scene that we're gonna do, I was told maybe it would ship next week from Michael Burnett Productions, and that's another scene we're gonna redo. And there's gonna be some scenes upstairs we're just gonna sprinkle in some animations. And our goal actually is not to get this done before Valentine's. I mean, before Transworld, but to have it done before Valentine's. And in order to do it, instead of like dragging this on for years and years and years, I decided to have a whole bunch of people come in town and help. And so there was 4 to 5 of them. And then we had anywhere from 2 to 6 or 7 people helping. So in one day's time, I think there was the peak, we had 10 to 12 people working on it. But most days it was just the guys from out of town. And there was probably 4 of them. And then there was me, and then there would be Adam, and he was helping. And you know, the list goes on. But now it's all transitioned to just our team. We're gonna be hooking up all the animations. We're gonna do the lighting, the sound, and we're gonna wait for these new props to come in, and we're gonna get those in, and we're gonna be hanging a lot of vines and whatnot. And so every one of these blogs, you know, I've been trying to show you something, teach you something, and I just showed you what we did with one of these Ghost Ride burlap sack dead bodies, and I did it with one hand in about 3 minutes, okay? Because of trying to hold this camera. What a nightmare. There will not be no editing on this video. I am just like filming it at 2, 3 in the morning and uploading it, and that's it. So I want to say that even though we've made these videos, I cannot take a picture of half the scenes because they're so claustrophobic, they're so tight, and you really feel claustrophobic in there, and you really can't see it. Not unless maybe I had a professional photographer come in and they lit everything professionally, and they had a really big wide zoom lens, maybe a fish eye lens or something like that. Maybe you could do it, but even so, all the props aren't in, so it's not ready to go for photography. So that's where we're at, and so I want to remind you can get your tickets to the Transworld event at darkness.fearticket.com, which includes a behind-the-scenes tour of the Darkness on Thursday. The LAMP is something that we're going to go over, and we're going to spend like one day. We're going to literally go from start to finish and make sure all the animations are working, everything's touched up, everything's good to go. So we're thinking that's going to take a day or 2 to get that ready. We'll do that closer to Transworld. And so LAMP will be open on Friday with actors, and then March the 9th it'll be the Darkness with live actors. And keep in mind, we haven't opened the LAMP or the Darkness with live actors since 2019. We're also running a Valentine's event right here in St. Louis. If you happen to be here, it's on February the 17th. That's just a one-night only event, and you can get those tickets for that at scarefest.fearticket.com. So we have 2 Fear tickets going, and we want to remind everybody, Fear Ticket is the best ticketing system in the haunt industry, because they just add any feature you want. None of the other ticketing companies will do it, so it has the most features to help you make the most money. And so this whole video, this whole tour is brought to you by fearticket.com. So, with all this being said, this is the last vlog we're gonna do about the darkness until our props come in. When we're literally walking out of the darkness tonight, we're gonna have some lighting and some sound and touching up some of the animations over the next week. But we're shifting gears to trying to get our haunted hotel escape room open. And then after all this, we're gonna start building our alien escape, which will be our 9th, I think it'll be our 9th escape room. So we're excited about that. So there's all the updates, and we hope that you like the video, and I'm sure it looks awful when you watch it. But that's what's going on. You know, I can tell you for me, operating haunted houses is a lot of work and not that much fun. What's fun for me is creating new scenes, building new sets, creating something, you know, literally out of your head. And that's the fun part. And I think that's the fun part about coming to Transworld, you know, March the 7th through the 10th, I guess, is that you get to see like all this new stuff and all this stuff that you can buy, all these opportunities for improvements in your attraction. And that's what the Darkness Haunt Tour is about as well. It's about opportunities to experience something and to inspire you, and that's our goal. Now, don't forget, all of these events are limited, and they're always going to be limited because this isn't a money grab, as some people say. It's literally, we're trying to give each customer the best experience, because we know, especially on the behind the scenes tours, you want to see everything, touch everything, you can take video. And even when we have fog in there and it's live actors, it's still haunted house owners. They're gonna walk through extremely slow. So we're gonna have to limit how many people can go in per hour. And we will be scanning your tickets with Fear Ticket. And make sure you have your tickets out and ready to go so we can scan them and get them ready. So, with all of this being said, we're gonna go into the darkness really quick and we're gonna walk through it. And you know, there's these old sayings, you know, what a difference a day makes. And look what I'm gonna do here. See this dead body? As far as I'm concerned, this one's ready to go. So I'm gonna drag this baby in there. Look at that. We're gonna drag her right inside. And see this air compressor? Out of order. It doesn't work. Somebody's coming to fix it. Oh, by the way, here's a tip for you. Before we actually go inside, today I went and bought, and where is it? One of these babies. So every time we add new animations, we always try to put these air tanks in. It really helps the air compressors run better. So the darkness has about 30 of those inside between the first floor and the second floor. So I had to go buy another one because of all the animations we're adding. And by the way, I had to pick up my dead body. I gotta drag this in here. Woohoo! And we're almost there. And so I'm gonna show you a couple things that we've done since the last vlog. Well, one of the things that we did for sure is we cleaned. And I really feel like that is super important, is to get your space clean. And there we go. Now, let's take a look at this. All of these have not been worked over. So these bodies will be piled up and you're only seeing one. And if we go over here, you can see there's another one. And this one was done very light. Nothing was done, no dirt, no aging, no anything. It's just obviously a head wound. But we're gonna mix it up. Some will be really dirty, some will be like, you know, just done. Some will have no blood, but all of these have to be done. And then they're gonna have to be arranged. And so the idea, as you walk in here, you're not going to be able to get over to that side of the cave because there'll be a really disgusting pile of dead bodies. We also want to add a scent machine here of death. And so we'll do that as well. And this is our cave. And we're going to put an air cannon to shoot down on your head. We're going to start mossing everything. And we got to do all these dead bodies here. We're going to be putting moss in here. Now, this tree is now working. It's actually pretty cool, and I don't know how to trigger it. There we go. Here we go. Now, the sound isn't on it, obviously, but you can see it working. It's pretty cool. And you might notice it's moving quite a bit. That's because nothing is secured. This puppy here works as well. We've had to go in and put a lot of screws in it because it was falling apart. And I've got to go get me some new moss like this with some of this 90 high strength. And you will just spray it on here. And then we'll tap all this green moss all over it. And make it look a lot older, because that's really the next step. And I can do that crate, and I don't care if anybody ever sees it. That's not the point. Now if you look up there, you'll see that there's a CGI effect up there, and that's part of the process. When you see that CGI effect, you'll notice it's sitting in the center of the TV. That does not look good, okay? And then you see how it has a hard edge. So we're gonna have to fix that, okay? And that's part of the trial and error. And then you see one of the CGI effects over here. So now we're gonna walk in. We haven't got the lights in here yet. Now look at this dragon. We did get the lights in his nostrils today. And I had to order a black light, which will be mounted over the top of him because his paint is black light. So the whole sculpture will glow once the black lights are in. Now you'll see all of the CGIs are in now. And then this is the other one. You see the pilgrims over there burning a bunch of women at the stake. Okay, we got to get all the lights inside the walls. I dragged this guy in here today, and then you can see how cool that looks. And this priest. And as I was telling you yesterday, we're not securing anything. You can move this. We're going to secure everything when we've got all the props in place. And then of course we're going to put moss in here. That's where our actor is. Now what you can see right now is just that the whole thing is nice and clean, okay? But there are a lot of props that are going in here, and they're coming from Unit 70, and it's going to be witches, pilgrim witches, that have been condemned, and they'll all be hung in here, and you'll have to push your way through them. And then it's going to have powerful sound. And look, see that? Look how cool that looks. It's just like, it just looks like, you know, it's lava or just charcoal type heat. It looks scary, like don't touch it. And then you can see once again, and we went over this in the last vlog, we got bodies to put in here, but here is something new. See, here's where you're gonna walk through. There's a little bit of vines, a little bit of weeds, and you have to push through it. Anytime people have to push through something, they don't like it. Now, I hate to tell you, there's gonna be a dead body fastened up in here, and then we're gonna take some of these vines and fasten them in there, but when you walk past this, people are gonna get really scared. It's just that simple. The Diablo is gonna go in there. We got the hell lights going on, and now we're gonna hang vines and make like a curtain of vines, and then Diablo will go behind it. And there you have it. That is the update for today. I will take you to one little spot and show you something else we're planning to do. And I believe it's over here. So all the props in here have been removed. Everything's been removed. And here's the big Cthulhu. So this is how this is gonna work. You're gonna come into this scene, and there's gonna be tentacles everywhere. And when you look up, the ceiling will be filled with mermaids. And there'll be mermaids, dead mermaids, in all of these coves. So that is another scene that we're redoing. And I think it's gonna look really, really cool. And I'm really excited about it. And that's our daily vlog. I never knew that I was gonna become a daily vlogger, but I guess I am. I am now officially a daily vlogger. Look at this alien pod. You know we're building an alien escape. Turn off the air compressor. So anyway, go to darkness.fearticket.com if you want to go on the behind the scenes tour. That is capped at 100 and capped at 275 people. And by the way, I want to mention, because I just now thought of this, but our cemetery upstairs, the first scene, second scene in the darkness upstairs, we're redoing some stuff up there as well. But Friday night we're gonna go to the Lamp. That's in an old musty cavern. And then Saturday we're gonna go to the Darkness with live actors. And I want to remind everybody, if you have an actor and you want them to work here at either Lamp or Darkness, sliders, icon actors, whatever, come on down. We would love to have you. So it really is going to be a special night. We're looking forward to everybody seeing it for the first time in maybe 4 or 5 years. And there you have it. But like and subscribe to our channel, because we are going to be doing a lot more videos. And we have a lot of cool videos coming up. I bought a whole bunch of those plastic Home Depot props, and we're gonna be like aging them up and making them look cooler. We're gonna be making videos out of that. But we're also gonna be visiting a lot more haunts around the country and uploading a lot more behind the screens videos. So anyway, it's also possible that we're gonna have a big fire sale of animatronics right here at the Darkness. And so that's kind of secret, but yes, it's very possible that that is going to happen. So until then, here at the Darkness, where there is so many props that I have enough props to open yet another haunted house, including this beautiful Velociraptor. This incredible Krampus animation. I mean, they're just everywhere. There's a Slayer. Look at this. There's Poison Props animations that have never even been used. This was bought, never used. There's so many bought, never used. This is going to be for sale from Gore Galore. It's a big ghoul puppet. It's in 100% working condition. We also have a Clown Zilla or Clown Goliath. I don't know what Gore Galore called it, but we have one of those for sale as well. If you're interested, just hit me up and we'll see you soon. Now it's time for me to get in my car and head out. Happy haunting, everybody.